Alright guys, welcome back to another video on the Plant Pair YouTube channel here. I'm going to do another what I trained today plus a topic. So for starters, what I trained today was, as you can see here, one set of a leg raise. I kind of start with the legs a little straighter and then eventually bend them to make the movement a little easier as I get tired throughout the set. So as you can see there, get the knees bent for a few more reps. So then I went on to do my third workout of the week for pull-ups in the K-Bogues pull-up program, where I just reduced the volume a little bit and changed the grip placements throughout the sets and the workouts. The third workout of his program is the ladder workout. You do 5 ladders. This week I did all 5 ladders, building up to 4 reps. As you can see here, I started with a wide grip, and then I believe I moved to a narrow grip pull-up, and then neutral grip, and then 2 ladders of a chin-up. Again, all up to 4 reps, taking about 30-ish seconds in between each set. Again, I don't time the rest specifically, but I just kind of go off feel and make sure I'm not waiting too long. Sometimes it might be 15 seconds, sometimes it might be 30 seconds. So after pull-ups, I went on to 3 sets of push-ups, changed the grips a little bit from set to set there as well. On my push-ups, I do try to focus more on like the closer grip variations to hit my triceps a little harder, and that's just me personally. I don't really want or need to hit my chest as hard, so I don't go with wide grips on those push-ups. And then I did some dumbbell split squats. You can also call them like a Bulgarian split squat. I'm honestly still sore today from those, so yeah, those things hit hard for sure. They hit my outside of my glutes, my glute medius a ton, obviously the quads as well, but yeah, great exercise, the split squats. And then I just did 1 set each of a tricep and bicep movement. I did skull crushers and just a basic curl, and then just 1 set of lateral raises, and that was it, guys. So my topic today I want to discuss is why I do the same basic movements over and over and over again. You can probably see by now, if you've watched a few of my videos, like they are the same basic movements, and I've done that for a very, very long time. Even when I was at the gym too, I was doing the basic same movements over and over again. But now, especially I'm at home, I even have more of a limited exercise selection. Yeah, just kind of wanted to talk about that. So in a world where fitness trends change every few months, where there's always like a new program, new machines, new viral workout to try, I've pretty much gone the other way. I keep it super simple. I stick to the basics and I repeat those over and over again. So let me tell you why I do that. When I first started training, I fell into the trap, like I think most people do, thinking that variety equals results, that you always have to change it up from workout to workout, right? I'd watch YouTube workouts endlessly. I would try different routines every week. I'd do chest day one week would be like just bench press, and then the next week it would be dumbbell flies, then cables, and then push-up circuits, and all sorts of different movements. But the crazy thing was I was working hard but not really getting better. I never gave my body a chance to adapt and improve at one specific thing. And I started realizing that I wasn't actually progressing. I was just keeping myself busy. And again, I think a lot of people fall into this trap. Constant novelty can feel exciting, but if you're always changing movements, you're not building mastery on any one or any few movements. You're just bouncing around. It's like switching instruments every week and wondering why you never learn to play a song. When I started repeating the same movements, pull-ups, push-ups, squats, and a few others, that's when things really did change. I could finally track my form, my reps, my recovery. I started noticing small improvements. My pull-ups felt tighter, my push-ups got a lot cleaner, my squats got deeper. It was like building a relationship with each movement, and over time that built strength, mobility, and control that actually carried over into everyday life. I think often we underestimate how powerful repetition is, but think about it. Athletes, dancers, musicians, they all drill the same basics over and over again because that's how you improve, right? That's how you refine, not by doing everything, but by mastering something. Another reason I keep coming back to these basic movements is because they're simply efficient. Pull-ups work your back, your biceps, your shoulders, and your core. Push-ups hit your chest, triceps, and your shoulders. Body squats train your legs, hips, and even your posture. These are compound full body movements. You don't need 10 different machines when 3 or 4 good movements cover everything. And when you do them consistently with control, good form, and intention, they'll build real strength. Not just gym strength, but strength that shows up in your life. Whether you're moving furniture, carrying groceries, or just getting up and down off the floor, this kind of training really does help. The truth is, doing the same basic moves makes it easier to stay consistent. I don't have to plan a new routine every week. I don't overthink what I'm going to do. I walk into my spare bedroom, I warm up a little bit, and I get to work. I know the movements, how they feel in my body, and I can adjust based on how I'm doing that day. This structure actually gives me freedom because I'm not overwhelmed by options. It's simple, repeatable, and effective. And that's what keeps me showing up week after week. Doing the same basic exercises over and over might sound boring, for sure, I get that. But for me, it's the opposite. I get to see real progress, not just in my strength, but in my control, my endurance, even my mindset, right? I don't train to impress anyone. I train to feel better, move better, and keep showing up for myself and my family, honestly. This approach might not get millions of likes on social media, but it does work. And at the end of the day, that's what I care about. So if you're tired of all that noise and the complexity, the pressure to switch it up all the time, maybe go back to the basics. Try to just master a few key movements and do them well, do them often, watch what happens. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to let the video kind of play out the rest of the way here for the next 4 or 5 minutes or so. And thanks for watching. I love seeing the comments recently and, the engagement and being able to talk to you all down there in the comment section. It's really interesting and fun. Let me know what you might want to see in future videos. And yeah, till the next video, guys.